How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Factorio AngelsBobs Plus, and in this episode we're going to be doing more AngelsBobs Plus. I believe we're on episode 12. So last episode we started over here on our tin slash other ore smelting area. We saw our massive monstrosity of sorting thing and just our basic little tin thing that will get going. But in order to get that going, we need loaders. So in this episode, we're going to try to solve that problem. Obviously, it's not going to be a permanent solution, but it will be a... Well, we'll get them made, basically. We do need to get solder made. Did I make a... Yes, I did. I thought I queued some up last episode. Let's make sure that this is working. So we should be good. Good on everything. Well, we will see, though. Okay, so let's throw in... I keep looking at this gaseous puffer egg and keep thinking it's a hamburger from a food mod, but I'm like, there's no food in this. This isn't Minecraft. Then, I don't know. I get concerned that I'm forgetting something, but we're not. Power should be fine, right? Yeah. So, in order, yeah, we just need loaders. We need loaders and steel, because the loaders are fine. We're getting them crafted. We just happen to need more. Actually, what's limiting us right now? Basically, trying to forge, which means copper. We have plenty of copper. Oh, we have no wood. We need wood. And this problem will actually solve itself. The reason no iron's coming through right now is because we got to fix the ore temporarily. Let's go up here. I like how the water is slowly turning green. Well, if there are any biters in this world, which, again, I'm not sure if there are, we will eventually find them. They will eventually come and find us and tell us to stop with all our pollution. That it isn't healthy. But the most important thing, though, right now is for us to just get things set up. We aren't gonna get defenses set up because, again, I don't think there's biters. I think I accidentally turned them off somehow. But when I made the world, they were turned on. They were definitely turned on. They existed. But I know mods are finicky and sometimes do weird shit. It's weird. I've never I've never had it happen. My brain's thinking 90 miles an hour and it just goes happened it. It's amazing. So all of these things are flowing. So now the tin and the quartz are going to be flowing right here, right? That's set it right. Okay, yeah, that's it correctly. So now what's going to end up happening, don't mind some of the ghost images, they're there just as a reference for me. Obviously, this is a pretty big factory, and we've blueprinted out quite a lot, but mainly, like I've kind of reiterated a few times, is it's all about spacing in the factory and making sure that we don't have to do unnecessary retro, like, factory building. Basically, so we don't have to tear a shit ton of things down, such as furnaces or a bunch of belt, and then have to deal with everything that's on the belt. Right, so. For now, we'll just go ahead and head south now. We don't have, again, we don't have enough steel, but we can at least get the loaders we have made. Put down, we don't need all of those put down. Just need one of those, one of those, one of those. So this guy is gonna filter tin ore. This guy's also gonna filter tin ore. And the reason we're having it filter twice is, so this one's everything. This middle one is also everything. But now we want tin and the other 5 ores that are these 5. Well, 6 total, but tin's already the known, or one of the known 6 that we're gonna have down here. I believe lead, quartz. Yeah, a couple others. I'm not sure what the next ones will be getting are, but I know for sure tin and then lead. Those are usually the first two we get. Anyway, so they'll get sorted here, go down, up into this warehouse, out of this warehouse, and onto the belt, and then into the tin smelty thing. We do need to get power. We do have power here, so let's just pull it down and over. It's always fun trying to route power. So let's head up here. Grab our power pole and press Q. Oh, we only have one power pole. God damn it. Okay, well, that's fine. We have a ton of power poles we can craft. Alright. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get those going, and then we'll, of course, let's head back up, see how much more steel we have. I'm not sure how much more steel we have, but I'm sure we have some steel. We have 31 steel. That is not a lot of steel. We might have to double steel production or something. But right now, as it currently exists, we do not have enough steel. We also don't really have enough iron either. Now, there are a few things we can do to increase our iron, right? Kind of like I said in a previous episode, we can increase iron on the left-hand side and increase the output as well. And the kind of middle point is pretty much here between... Oh, sorry. I am yawning. At the time of recording, I am tired. On the left-hand side, we can mix some things together to get more iron bars, and then down here we can actually dilute the iron bars with some other shit to just get more molten iron overall. I mean, these are working pretty much as fast as possible. Actually, these are working very well. Can we upgrade this at all by any chance? When do we get the next assemblers? We could actually make them right now. So let's go to research them. Cancel everything. And then just resume and queue everything else up behind it. Oh, they actually would have been the next thing we would have been researching anyway. But the reason we're not researching them then, we're researching them now. Because we need them now. That's why we're researching them now and not then. Yeah, it's just one of those fucking stupid, like, you know, demoralization things, right? It's like the expanding factories expanding to meet the expanding needs of the expanding factory. Or at least something like that. At least more or less. Right now we're just waiting for steel because they can't really do anything else. I guess we could add, you know what? Do I have one? Yes, I have exactly one. So let's do something like that. That. I don't know if one will be able to support. And now I can make a better one. Well, it's fine. We have to wait for things to craft anyway. This is our crafting queue right now. Yes, this is a lot of grain circuits, but it's because we don't have grain circuits automated because we can't get them automated because we need tin. Because tin is what's kind of our milestone right now, right? It's kind of what's holding us up. And honestly, once we get loaders automated, once we get loaders, assemblers, and some of the other basic infrastructure automated, kind of like in a base vanilla factory, campaign, we will see rapid expansion, right? A lot of these blueprints will start getting built, a lot of things will start happening, we'll start progressing much quicker, right? It's kind of an exponential slope. We start out kind of slow, methodical, planning a bunch of things out, but it really saves us, honestly, in the long run, and I feel like it, in a way, speeds us up. Because we know where things are going, and especially once we get robots. I mean, we kind of have robots with the nano construction bots, but they're not construction robots. They do a lot of the similar tasks. They are going to repair, they are going to, place things down, but they're not as fast. And honestly, yes, they're great for around me, but they're not great once we have, a massive factory like this. I can slap a bunch of roboports down, robots will start building, they'll start expanding the factory, but right now, they don't. So we'll just go ahead and grab out of these for now. We do, ooh, wow, we actually need iron for once. I am surprised by that. So let's go ahead and just sit. We just finished a vanilla achievement hunting campaign on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, make sure you guys head over there at twitch.com/RavagePlays. We do Hell Let Loose, Hearts of Iron, and other ones. Sometimes we do stream Factorio, it just depends. But anyway, so I'm used to having the belt immunity turned on, so I'm like, why am I moving? That's why. That is why. Yeah, we just gotta make sure though. We have quite a bit. Yeah, I don't have the inserters I need. I could do something. We'll do that, because that at least guarantees one of them will be working. We'll have to go ahead and just do a few things kind of shortly. Again, we're just waiting for things to craft and this to process, which kind of sucks, but oh well. So we're at 2 warehouses. Is that enough? How many do I need? I need 1, 2, 3. I need 3 warehouses. So 3 warehouses and then 1, 2, 3, 4 loaders, which I mean, we'll have plenty. We're making 15. So we'll have plenty of everything. So that's good. That is very good. Interesting. Yeah, we're unfortunately just waiting for things to craft. I guess in the meantime, we could look at a few things around the factory. So we're gonna get 10 going. Really all we're waiting for is the loaders, which we're crafting, and the warehouses, which we're crafting, and the steel, which by the time all this is crafted, we'll have. And of course, power poles to connect everything up. But basically what we have set up and what these lines are is they're basically just spacing for a build, for other builds. And we'll of course set distance out here, and it's gonna look really weird at first, just because we don't know how big a build might get. Some of these builds I have, and I know how big they are. For instance, the steel build, this is pretty standard of what I've used for quite a while in these factories. I've even used this build all the way into the end game. I just don't feel the need to change it. I don't end up needing that much steel. Iron and copper we end up using a lot of, and so, and these builds will actually change a little bit. I don't know, where's a good idea of it? But yeah, definitely here though. So, because notice how we're butted up right up against here, but we have all this space from here to build, because we do have a somewhat narrow building area to deal with, but not too much to the point where it's gonna hinder us, because we do in a way have additional space. We just have to build creatively, and that's kind of the thing I like about Factorio is you get, you kind of hinder yourself slightly by when you start to build on all sides of something, But doing that causes you to have to get really creative with how you build something, and I like it because it makes builds that you otherwise wouldn't see. Now, sometimes you do just want to build something that's efficient, and that's kind of what I have up here with these. Is these are pretty much ratioed out. They're built with some space between them. Some of the space is purpose-built space in the way things are laid out, but other times it's just there for aesthetics and to make things look nice and organized. And some of the spacing on this is for aesthetics, but a lot of it is for just pure function, kind of function over form. And I like that about Factorio. There's a lot of function over form. Spacing like these two gaps, it's for underground. It's in case I need to route something, I can bypass this fairly easily. Versus, I don't know, where's an area where it would be hard. Like, for instance, through here. If I needed to, for whatever reason, get something through this because I couldn't go left and I couldn't go right, and I had to go through this, well, this is going to be difficult because underground belt's going to be a pain to try to stretch over this. I actually think these yellow belts are going to have to be replaced because I just realized that they, which it's fine. I might have to rework this because I actually just saw a problem with it. Because these are not 4x4, these are 6x6. And the yellow belt goes underground 4 in this. So we will have to address that. Which is fine. Luckily, nothing's built up top or south yet. So what I'll probably do is I'll actually shift this down 4 tiles. Yes, I'll shift this 4 tiles down, and I'll show you here why in a second, but good thing I caught that before we got more stuff built down there. Oh hey, and look at that. All our crafting queue is done with a little bit of exposition. We need just a hair more steel. Yeah, a hair more steel. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, shit. What did I press? That's what happens when you don't look at your key bindings and you accidentally press something. Oh, you know what? I think I pressed Control F. Not Shift. F, because F is basically grab off the ground. Let's research military science, which we're not really going to need. We might, actually. I don't think it leads to anything we need. Well, it leads to Spidertrons, and it leads to... Yeah, mainly it leads to Spidertrons, which is the only thing I could see that we would need. Well, I say need, but want. Spidertrons are fun. Once you get them, you can just... I mean, we have Squeak Through, but I feel like Spidertrons are the game's vanilla version of Squeak Through. We need just a wee bit more. Yeah, a little bit more. So we'll get that. So let's go ahead and go build a few things. So we'll go ahead and get those things moved, and I'll show you what I mean once we get down there, because we do have some yellow underground. Why do I have 15? They are built in pairs, so somewhere there's a yellow underground that doesn't have a sibling. That's unfortunate. I always hate that about this game, is you will do a thing and get a bunch of just random underground, and you never know where it came from. But it came from somewhere. Okay, so the reason we can't do the yellow is, see, it won't go. It can only go 4. So these must have been from a different mod we had. I don't know what mod did that, but so one thing we can do is we can just do something like this, copy it, get rid of everything. Actually, just go ahead and do this instead. And we will just do this. Yeah, so like that. And like that. Actually, don't know why I don't have this set up like this. Alright, so we'll do that. So what we'll do is we'll actually get rid of the output section of this build. The inputs are fine. So then what this will go ahead and do for us. Now obviously, of course, we can have this set so that way it only outputs the appropriate thing, but that's kind of solved at this level. So although both tin and silica, I believe, will be inputted into this warehouse, only tin will actually be outputted onto this belt. So really never will we have the issue of, oh, but what if something gets on the belt? Because this area is going to have a lot of mixed things in it anyway, that most of them are going to just get sorted. So we don't really have to worry about that. So let's go ahead and adjust all of these. And same here. And kind of like that. It's a little bit of things we have to fix, but it's fine overall. Okay. Okay, so then I believe it's what? Hey, wow, look at that. Magic. Magic. That doesn't look like it lines up. Okay, so if we head straight up, that's why I place blueprints from space. Straight down. See, I don't think that lines up. Oh yeah, it does. I'm crazy. Let's just set. You know what? It's because that's why. And then this line up here actually has to move because I think it's entirely in our way. I don't think it's we're gonna be able to place anything. So let's go ahead and remove it. At least until there, right? Cool. And I don't need to plumb anything else in right now. Alright, so tin is going to be heading in. And now let's go ahead and get tin plumbed in. Spend an entire episode getting tin. But hey, that's how important it is. It's an entire episode important. Well, also these episodes are only 30 minutes long, so things in Factorio, depending on what you're doing, sometimes take 30 minutes just to even conceptualize. Oh, that almost was perfect. That's fine. We'll do that. Cool, so now we actually have real tin being made. We can actually go ahead and dismantle the kind of debauchery that we built up top. But it's fine. Let's go ahead and just mine up these. We can actually get, are they gonna repair? No. I believe it's because these aren't technically ours, but we can actually mine all these things up. And then our structure robots will repair all of them. Not that they're gonna cause problems anyway in our inventory, because we don't have these items technically yet anyway. But we do at least get some things. They're not going to be too useful overall, just because there's only a handful of them. And that's actually, ghost images are the reason we turn our construction robots off throughout the factory. It's just that way we don't accidentally cause problems for ourselves. Okay. So now we have 10, right? So now we have to decide, okay, how and where, like how far down do we want to go for this, or for these, right? So I'm going to say a standard, oh, I don't know, 25, which happens to be there. So what, 25 from here? Is that what we should do? 25 from our line? I'm going to say 25 from our line. There's no real reason for 25. It's just a nice number. Alright, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is say that this is our tin line. And then we're going to say that this is whatever the next thing is, which will probably be lead, actually. And this one will be solder, because that will be the next thing. I don't know what this one will be. And as long as we don't build anything under this, we can, in theory, this will basically be a mini bus in and of itself that will tie into the main bus, which is why it's called the main bus, because most things will flow to the main. But again, as you can see, this factory is going to be huge. even just the layout of it. Like, it looks sparse now, and like, oh, well, these things are really far away. Should we really be belting all these things? Trust me, the base is going to get huge. I don't want to say quickly, but the base is going to get bigger. So we just need to kind of be conscientious of that. And that's kind of why we're spacing things out the way we are. Some things I know pretty much how big they get. You can actually see kind of the tier 2 refining. Kind of. It's going to get pretty big. Trains are actually going to probably have to move a little bit. Well, not sure. Trains are going to be somewhere in this area. I'm not sure where, because these do extend quite a bit. Okay, so to wrap this up, okay, so let's actually go to the main bus and figure out how we're gonna route this, because that's actually a big question that we need to figure out. Kind of right. Well, I say kind of right now, but if we want to get green circuits being made, we need 10 on the bus. And we need to make carbon and things, which carbon and stuff we're just gonna make it a very somewhere where there's coal for now. Eventually we'll have a dedicated setup, proper area for carbon, coke, and things to be manufactured, because I believe one of the processes we're going to want to do is the advanced coke recipe, coal coke recipe, which will give us sulfuric acid, or well, sulfuric wastewater as a byproduct, which will in turn make sulfuric acid, and by extension sulfur, and a bunch of other things we need in abundance of. So, and of course those are things we'll set up with fancy signals and things. So we can pretty much decide if we want to put the tin and lead here. It doesn't really matter aesthetically. We can put it however we want, because one, it's our bus. We can pretty much put anything in any order we want. If we wanted to do the 1 belt copper, 1 belt iron, 1 belt copper, 1 belt iron, we could. For simplicity, I'd 4 iron, 4 copper, but if you wanted to like weirdly interweave them, you can. Same thing here. Like, although I do have 2 spaces open on the bus that I have not predetermined what they are, probably green circuits, honestly. Probably green and red circuits, actually. We'll probably go here. Actually, probably 2 green. We'll see. Circuits are weird. Sometimes you need a lot of them, and that's why I've just said, you know what, we're going to put 2 on the bus. I might not actually end up needing these, and we might change that if we decide that we don't need 2. But so I'm going to just do 10. I'm going to just do a new set of 4. And we will probably predetermine at least that. Actually, I'm going to go 1 more because of the other weird things like solder, brass, bronze. Basically the like ore mixes that I'm not sure how many there are and which ones we're gonna need. Because like gunmetal, we're not gonna really need because of turrets and stuff. So, because we're not really gonna have turrets, mainly because I'm not sure where the biters are. They're hiding from us. And did we determine where we're gonna have this turn? I think we did. I think this is the minimum. Right? Oh shit. Well, let's figure out where the steel turns. I want to say. Okay, so this is the bare minimum it needs to come out, so then it can turn. Okay. So it can't turn on that one, so it has to turn here, which means that one has to turn here, which means that one has to turn here, which means that one has to turn here, which means this one can turn here. Cool. And it does look like we're going to be over some Juvolite. We'll actually get that mining right away. Well, I say right away, but once I set this up. Water treatment looks fine. So we're starting to actually research things, which is good. Now, obviously, there's going to be quite a lot that we aren't going to be doing right now, like plastics. Like, right, we're researching it. Technically, it doesn't give us anything. It's one of those technologies that you research it, but you don't actually use it per se, because it doesn't give you anything. So it's just like, oh, you have to research it as a prerequisite. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's in the game, so we will live with it. So yeah, so let's head Keep dragging this down. Keep on dragging, keep on dragging. We might need more belt. Oh hey, random furnace and random ore. I will take it. But as you can see, it does appear like, oh, well, that's a lot of belt we're doing. Trust me, the factory is going to be huge. Most people, when they play this, either they go one of two routes when they play Angels and Bobs. They either do a mega base, and not in the same sense that like vanilla is mega base. They just do the style of training things around, just because of how many things there are. They just do trains. It's for them simpler, and they do pretty much a rail network throughout the base, which I like. I've seen it done. I like it. However, I don't do it personally because I prefer not necessarily a standard base per se. I don't know if I'd call it a standard base, but I'd call it a, I don't know what I would call it, but basically kind of when you see factories in Factorio belt, I do belt based bases. I do use bots. I will usually transition this base to a bot/belt base in the end game for performance reasons and just because it helps with throughput on certain things, because eventually you just get to an absurdity in length on the bus that bots are just kind of the solution. Oh, and hey, it looks like we're at that time too. So thank you all for watching. If you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, as it does really help out the channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, question, and concern. Well, comment, question, or concern. Not one of each. I mean, unless you have one of each. Go leave all those down in the comment section below. Make sure you leave a like, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Bye-bye.